meet with the President. He was very gracious in taking the time out of his busy schedule to meet with us. Our basic aim was threefold. It was to confirm the long-standing relationship we have in Namibia, the Namibian people, through our partnership with the Namibian government. Our commitment, secondly, to sustain and expand our services with the Namibian government, as well as bringing a stronger relationship with Global Fund for HIV, TB, and malaria, and other bilateral and foundation programs. Finally, it was to solidify that our initial response in the PEPFAR program that was dominated by an emergency, trying to put a capability in place quickly to stop the dying, has now matured after 10 years into now looking at the elements that we need to put in place to make sure these services continue forever. We are in a partnership with the Namibian government to put the services up quickly. Now we continue that partnership to make sure those services are sustained.
Can you explain a bit about the service, maybe elaborate more on the services we are talking about?
Our services have been largely defined by HIV/AIDS and HIV/TB. The people in Namibia, the 13.5% seroprevalence level you have of HIV positive people in this country, around 230,000 HIV positive people living with HIV now, have benefited because your ministry, your government, has worked with PEPFAR to put a series of services in place that allow individuals to get tested for HIV. Once tested, that the positive individuals are brought into a continuum of services that define their presence or lack of presence of an opportunistic infection, diagnose it and treat it. Once treated, initiate antiretroviral therapy with that individual for their life. In addition to the general accessibility of testing and referral into treatment, we have prevention programs that try to minimize high-risk behavior, decrease it, and prevent the transmission of HIV to children through HIV-positive mothers who are pregnant, who don't know they're HIV positive, who can receive antiretroviral drugs that will prevent the transmission of HIV to the baby. Finally, having services that go to populations and identify high-risk behaviors in general, the distribution of condoms in that activity to prevent transmission and other sexually transmitted diseases, as well as dealing with the orphans and vulnerable children who are created from the death of their parents and the inability of family members to take over care. We have also worked with the ministry to put services in place to care for these children. Those are the specific services that we've focused on. More recently have expanded into the development of our ability to put circumcision services in place. People don't realize that a male who's been circumcised has a 64%, almost 70% drop in their ability to get infected when exposed from HIV. So male circumcision is a critical contribution to preventing spread of HIV in the broader community. And Namibia has recently engaged in putting those services and making them available.
Okay. Thank you very much.
You're welcome, ma'am.